Last of the 20, Book 2, The Quest, by J.N. Wdowski. Chapter 7, Gold. The next morning, the sun was rising and the storm clouds had moved off. Miller woke before Nathan, got up and walked over to his sleeping son. Nathan was sleeping in a fetal position, with his back to his father. Miller gave his son's piku a slight kick, waking him. "Another 15 minutes, Mom," Nathan mumbled, not fully awake. "Nathan, the sun is up. Time to move on. Let's see if we can do at least 20 miles today." Miller looked down at him. Nathan sat up and yawned as he stretched out his arms. He looked up at his father. 20 miles? Easily. Now get up." He turned to 124. "Anything important to report while we slept?" "The storm kept the local animal life mostly quiet last night." 124 reported, "Unless you consider the movements of rodents in the building and the house cats hunting them important." "I do not." "Then nothing important happened, which is why I did not wake you. So I do not understand why you even asked me this question. You do not think I know what is important?" "I am sorry, 124. I know you know." Miller apologized as he rolled up his sleeping bag. "It was a stupid question on my part." "Yes, it was," 124 agreed. "But, Dad, you have always said there are no stupid questions." Nathan stood and rolled up his bedding. "Miller was wrong to tell you that. There clearly are stupid questions." 124 injected. Miller faced Nathan as he rolled his eyes slightly. "When you already know the answer, it is a stupid question. When you do not know, it is never a stupid question." He glanced at the robot. "Would you agree, 124? "I would agree with that statement, which is why your question was stupid. You know that if something important would happen, I would wake you." The machine insisted. 1 hour later, they first moved slightly farther west on Interstate 287 before the road curved south once again. Many of the newer cracks and potholes in the road were filled with water from the heavy rain shower the previous night. Older cracks and potholes were green with life. The sky above them was clear and blue with only a few puffy white clouds. Miller was walking at 2.5 miles per hour, increasing their speed from the previous day. He would check on Nathan from time to time. His son was keeping up and, more importantly, not complaining. "At this rate, we could do 25 miles before needing to find our next campsite," Miller informed Nathan. "Do you think you can keep it up?" Nathan smiled. "Yes, Pop. If my old man can do it, I can easily do it." "Old man? In comparison, you are much more than twice young Mr. Miller's age." 124 responded as he continued a 360-degree long-range sensor sweep of the area. "I'm not exactly in my golden years yet," Miller protested. "Yet," Nathan pointed out, 3 hours later. 10 miles out from Oakland, New Jersey. An abandoned vehicle was up ahead. "That does not look like a military vehicle," Nathan stated as they continued to walk towards it. "It is not a police vehicle or emergency vehicle either. I thought you said in the last weeks they cleared the roads of all civilian and commercial traffic." "They did," Miller responded, having an idea what the vehicle might be. It was a box-shaped truck with a cab and engine in the front over 2 wheels that could be turned. The back section was heavily armored with 2 wheels on each end of the rear axle to support the heavier weight. Its weathered paint was dark red and black. "That is an armored truck," 124 informed them, confirming Miller's guess. "An armored truck? So it is military?" Nathan quickened his pace slightly. This time his father moved faster to keep up with his son. Both the robots increased their speeds forward. "No, it is not military. It is an armored truck," 124 insisted. "It was used to transport money for banks. Wells Fargo in this case." Miller's genetically enhanced eyes could read the side of the truck easily. He noted an iconic yellow drawing of a 19th century Western stagecoach being pulled by a line of 3 galloping horses. As they got closer, they could easily make out that its single rear heavy steel door was swung open. Heavy bags were within the truck, and some had spilled out onto the pavement behind it. Closer still, they noted the skeleton remains of an individual in deteriorated clothes. A rusted 20-gauge pump-action shotgun lay over its lap. Surrounding the truck, also in extremely deteriorated clothes, were the skeletons of at least a dozen other individuals. Several of the skeletons seemed to be reaching out as if they had been clutching the throats of others. Many had busted skulls and rib cages as if they were shot where they had stood. As they got even closer, they noticed something shiny inside the back of the truck, behind the skeleton and the heavy canvas bank bags. It was a small pile of gold bars. Nathan walked through the bones outside the truck to reach for one of the large canvas bank bags in the back. The top was zip-closed and had a padlock that needed a key to open it. Nathan, not having the key, took the bayonet off his gun belt and stabbed the bag. Using the knife, he easily sliced open the bag. Within the bank bag, he found 8 stacks of $100 bills strapped together in bundles labeled $10,000. Each brick was wrapped in waterproof plastic wrap. Nathan took one of the plastic wrap bricks out of the sliced open bag and held it up for his father to see. "Is this money?" "Yes." Miller looked at the body in the back of the truck and the dozens of bodies at their feet. "Looks like they killed each other for it." "Why? You can't eat paper." Nathan was confused. "No, you cannot, but you could buy food with it," Miller explained, "and much more than only food." He peered into the bag and the dozens of other bags in the truck and the few outside the truck. "My guess is, with this much money, one could have bought a lot of things. 8 bricks per bag worth $10,000 each would be $80,000. Total of 30 bags would be $2,400,000. 124 calculated. You could easily buy a lobster dinner for 2 in the small yacht you ate it on." 124 oddly gave out an electronic chuckle. Miller looked at him dumbfounded. "Did you just laugh at your own joke?" "Sorry, one should never laugh at their own jokes." "Since when do you laugh at any jokes?" "I am not allowed to laugh?" "I never said that. I have known you for nearly 20 years, and you have never laughed before." "Never? Are you sure, Miller? You have done some very stupid things in those 20 years. I am sure I've laughed before." "I don't remember you laughing." "Well, I have, usually at your expense. I think you are engaging in selective forgetfulness, Miller." Nathan reached further into the back of the truck. He picked up a gold bar. "This is heavy. Gold has an atomic number of 79 and an atomic weight of nearly 197. It is among the densest naturally occurring elements." 124 explained. "It was the advantage of paper money. As opposed to carrying gold to trade, paper money is a lot lighter." "How much are the gold bars worth?" Nathan asked. "Presently, nothing." 124 responded. "You can't eat gold either. At the time before the virus, gold had hit a high point of $10,000 per troy ounce. The Taiwan War greatly increased the value of gold." "This is a lot heavier than an ounce." Nathan felt the weight in his hand. "That is a standard gold bar, 400 troy ounces. Each bar before the virus was worth $4 million. 20 bars would be a total of $80 million US. You could buy a small island to dock your yacht." He chuckled a second time. "Well, now it is all worthless," Miller stated. "I would not agree, Miller." 124 contradicted him. "Gold has many industrial applications. Used in repairing circuit boards, for example. I would recommend taking at least 2 of the bars. You can pack them on the mule. No reason carrying the extra weight. We can pick up a couple of bars on the way back home. I don't think anyone will take them if we leave them here." Miller began walking past the Wells Fargo truck. Passing by the cab, he looked inside and noticed that the driver's head had been blown off. "Makes sense," 124 agreed. "Even if prune faces came this far west, they would have no interest in the gold." "Why?" Nathan caught himself. "Oh, because they can't eat gold, and they don't use circuit boards." "So you answered that one yourself," Miller responded. "Unlike some people, you stopped yourself from asking a stupid question." 124 added. Be sure to continue to Chapter 8, Winter Headquarters.
To support the author, please like, share, comment, and subscribe.